Good day, everybody. This is Lewie coming at you. I just wanted to make a comment on something that I heard in one of the videos that I was watching on YouTube. President Trump went to this black leadership thing. I'm not sure just what they call it. I tried to remember it, but it didn't happen. It was a black leadership thing held in the East Room at the White House. And he was introducing different people. He had Candace Owens there. He had a couple other people there that he was introducing, and he was talking to the audience. And he brought up a guy by the name of Terrance Williams. Now, Terrance Williams, I've never heard of before, but I guess he's got like 700,000, give or take, followers on Twitter and such. And before my signal quit, because I don't get a very good signal out this way, but before my signal quit, I heard Terrance Williams say something that was actually profound, interesting, and very, very true. He said that when they attack Donald Trump, they essentially are attacking all of his supporters. Well, if you think about it, that's what they're doing. They're trying to impeach our president, which means they're trying to take away our right to have whom we elected in the White House. And what are they trying to impeach him for? He didn't break any laws. We already know that. It's been proven he didn't break any laws. So what are they trying to impeach him for? And it boils down to the fact that they didn't like the fact that they lost the election and they can't get over it. And they know that the only way they're going to be able to beat him is to impeach him first. All right. With that being said, when they harass the president, they are harassing us, and we need to stand up and fight. And that's exactly what I have to say is true. We do need to stand up and fight. We need to put these Dems in their place, make them do the job they were supposed to be doing in the first place instead of standing there harassing our president. Because every time they harass him, they harass us. You have to excuse my hands. I was shucking black walnuts for, the nut. And, of course, the juices are the same juices they use for black walnut stain, which means that's what's all over my fingers. So, anyways, you have to excuse my hands. They are clean. They're just very badly stained right now. Anyways, they are attacking us. They're attacking every Trump supporter out there. Whether you voted for him or you voted for Hillary. But if you didn't vote for him and you switch sides and voted, you know what I mean? Anyone that supports our president, anybody that believes in supporting our president, regardless of whether you voted for him or not, anybody that voted for him that still supports him, anybody that voted for him and didn't support him needs to pay attention to this, because they're trying to get rid of all of us. They're trying to get rid of our votes, okay? If it's going to happen to our president, well, whose other president is it going to happen to? If it's going to happen to the people's president, which is Trump, what other president is this going to happen to? All because somebody can't stand the fact that he won and their candidate lost. Well, let's go over why their candidate lost. One, she's crooked, okay? She's crooked. Clinton Foundation, that backs that right up. The emails backs it up. And believe it or not, people they've been associated with that wanted to step out and speak against them have died. Yeah, I know. Well, they were in car crashes and natural causes. You know what? Not everybody's car crashes and natural causes. There's people that died that weren't associated with them, but because they found out some information and they were afraid. Okay? There were 2 teenage boys who were stabbed and shot to death and then placed on the railroad tracks when they were watching President Clinton's plane come in at an abandoned airfield full of cocaine. Yeah, I'm making that accusation because there's no other truth but that. Women have died because they wanted to speak out against his sexual prowess. Okay? Women have died. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are people that have been killed. There was a private investigator and his wife killed because they had a bunch of information on Bill Clinton while he was president. They went out to dinner one night And on the way home, they were shot in a drive-by shooting. Never has there been a drive-by shooting that I heard of in that particular town, and yet they were killed in a drive-by shooting while they were driving home. All because they turned this file folder over to another individual who happened to be closely associated with Hillary. Oh, that person ended up dead too, by the way. Vince Foster. See, there's a lot of things that people don't know about these Clintons, and yet the Dems wanted Hillary to win. She's the most crooked individual that's ever run for president that I can think of. And look what you get. President Nixon was going to be impeached on far less than that, and they wanted her to be president. They're trying to impeach Trump, and he hasn't done anything illegal, except they think he needs to release his tax returns from prior to the time he's president. You know what? There's no law that says he has to do that. None. Zip, zilch, no law. So he's going by what is right. His rights. His rights. And now they want to, New York State, are you kidding me? An activist judge says, oh yeah, we're going to get his, you can't stop us from having your tax return. What difference does it make? The only reason they're interested in his tax returns is because he refused to give them up when he was running for president. But there's no law that says you have to show your tax returns. And I'll tell you right now, there's not very many people that can show their tax returns without seeing that there's a problem with them. All right? There's a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody. In fact, the only problems you might find with mine is the fact that I didn't declare some stuff that would have got me more money. I just did the basic forms. I didn't do any deductions that would have gotten me more money. So, so be it. That's my fault, my problem, not the government's. Let them have the money. That's what they really need it for. But the point is, there's a lot of people that can't show their tax returns because they know they'll get nailed for tax fraud. So, you know what? Jesus once said, let he who has no sin cast the first stone. You know what? Fine. Let's find somebody without sin to cast the stones at Trump for any sins that they think he's got. Until then, leave the man alone. He's doing an excellent job. Leave him alone. Let him run this country. Let him run for a re-election. If people don't want him as a president, they won't vote for him. As simple as that. But if they do, they will. Keep your hands off. Work with the man. That's all you got to do. Is work with the man. That's why you got hired, Congress. No, you were voted in. That is true. That is hiring, okay? The individual you ran against, either A, didn't get hired, or they got fired. That's why they are not sitting in that office where you're sitting right now. Congress and Senate, we hire them. They work for us. So we need to let them know how we feel about their nonsense. Gotta go.